Most damage in life doesn't come from open attacks. It comes from quiet pressure, from people who smile but study your reactions, from those who don't need to break you loudly, only shift your balance slowly. Stoicism teaches a truth that is uncomfortable but freeing. Not everyone benefits from your peace. Some only feel important when you are emotional, defensive, or uncertain. But this is not about distrusting everyone. Stoic wisdom does not train you to fear people. It trains you to protect access. Because real strength is not shown by confrontation. It is shown by control, not by overpowering others, but by mastering yourself. Many believe protection means building walls or fighting harder. Stoicism teaches something deeper. True protection begins when your inner world becomes so stable that manipulation finds nothing to attach to, provocation loses its grip, judgment loses its power, emotional games stop reaching your core. That is what it means to become difficult to harm, not because you intimidate, but because you are no longer available to what weakens you. In this video, you'll learn 7 silent Stoic ways to build that strength, not through aggression, not through revenge, but through discipline, clarity, and inner order. These are not methods to defeat people. They are principles for withdrawing your energy from chaos and reclaiming authority over your own mind. You don't need to react faster. You only need to become steadier. Now, let's begin. Way 1. Emotional command, mastering the pause. Most harm does not start with what someone does to you. It starts with what they pull out of you. A comment, a tone, a look. And suddenly your peace is gone. Stoicism teaches that the real danger is not the event, but the moment you lose inner order. Epictetus said, "People are not disturbed by events, but by the meaning they give them." When emotional command is missing, the pattern is always the same. You feel the urge to explain, to defend, to replay the moment later in your head. Your energy gets trapped in invisible battles. Seneca warned that anger feels powerful, but always leaves weakness behind. Because when emotion controls your response, someone else is holding the steering wheel. Emotional mastery does not mean becoming cold. It means inserting a pause between stimulus and response, not reacting to messages designed to provoke, staying calm in tense conversations, feeling the emotion, but not obeying it. When you practice this, something changes. Triggers arrive, but they don't land the same way. Provocation loses momentum. People expecting drama meet calm instead, and calm quietly disarms chaos. This is not weakness. This is internal authority. Way 2. Quiet unpredictability, moving without announcement. In many environments, harm doesn't come from conflict. It comes from positioning. People learn your habits, your reactions, your patterns, and once they can predict you, they can plan around you. Stoicism teaches discernment, not secrecy. It teaches you not everyone needs access to your plans. This looks like speaking less about future moves, letting results appear before explanations, not announcing intentions to those who haven't earned trust. Seneca warned that many problems come not from enemies, but from careless exposure. Marcus Aurelius wrote that it's possible to act decisively without noise, without performance, without announcing virtue or strategy. When you stop broadcasting your direction, interference drops, doubt drops, mental clutter drops. You reclaim internal privacy. Those who depended on predicting you lose leverage. Not because you changed who you are, but because you stopped giving unnecessary access. Quiet progress is powerful protection. Way 3. Detach from validation. When approval stops controlling you, much harm doesn't come from attack. It comes from dependence, needing approval, needing reassurance, needing to be understood by everyone. At work, Worth becomes tied to feedback. In relationships, boundaries shrink to preserve acceptance. Epictetus warned, when your sense of good depends on others, you hand them power over your peace. The cost is slow and silent. You hesitate before being honest. You adjust yourself to remain liked. Your inner voice gets quieter. Stoicism does not reject feedback. It relocates authority. Seneca said the wise person is content with self-approval first, not because others don't matter, but because their opinion is no longer decisive. This looks simple, but it is powerful. Working without immediate praise, allowing disagreement without self-doubt, choosing rest without guilt. Each moment rebuilds trust with yourself. When approval becomes optional, manipulation loses its grip. You don't harden, you stabilize, quietly whole. Way 4. Emotional distance, access is chosen, not owed. Distance is not rejection, it is discernment. Many people are harmed not by cruelty, but by being too available. Friends who unload endlessly, family who cross emotional lines, co-workers who treat empathy as unlimited access. Stoicism teaches stewardship of inner resources. Your time, attention, and emotional energy are yours to manage. When given without choice, stability weakens. Emotional distance means supporting without absorbing, listening without carrying, ending draining conversations without endless explanation. Seneca wrote that constant exposure weakens the mind, just as constant noise dulls the ear. Distance restores clarity. When fewer people access your inner world, your nervous system calms. You stop bracing for emotional intrusion. Access narrows quietly, without conflict, without accusation. This is not coldness. This is wise care. Way 5. Silence over defense, refusing to feed, provocation. Not every accusation deserves an answer. Not every misunderstanding needs correction. Yet many feel compelled to defend instantly. Stoicism asks one question: will this restore order or multiply noise? Epictetus taught that reputation lives outside your control. When you chase every rumor, you surrender peace trying to manage the unmanageable. Silence does not mean weakness. It means choosing dignity over reaction. Let work speak. Let time clarify. Let noise starve. Seneca said conflicts survive because they are fed. What is ignored often fades. When you stop defending reflexively, your nervous system rests. You allow misunderstanding without internal collapse. You respond when values require it, not when ego demands it. Silence becomes strength that does not perform. Way 6. Rooted purpose. When direction becomes armor. Many are not harmed because they are weak, but because they are distracted. When purpose is unclear, drama feels urgent. Opinions feel heavy. Every comment feels personal. Stoicism teaches orientation, not motivation. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that a person who knows what they serve cannot be easily pulled apart by noise. Purpose keeps attention where it belongs, on character, effort, and direction. When criticism appears, you ask, does this move me toward what I am building? If not, it loses power. Seneca said much of life is wasted reacting to what does not matter. Purpose gathers your energy into one direction. The nervous system relaxes, distractions shrink, not because the world is calmer, but because your center is stronger. Way 7. Forgive with memory, peace without naivety. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It does not mean forgetting. It does not mean reopening access. It does not mean repeating the lesson. Stoicism teaches forgiveness without illusion. Epictetus said wisdom begins by seeing reality clearly. When patterns repeat, clarity must replace hope. Forgiveness releases emotional poison. Memory protects the future. You drop resentment, but you adjust access. No revenge, no confrontation, just informed distance. Seneca said the wise are slow to trust, but generous once trust is earned. This is compassion without self-betrayal. Your heart softens, but your boundaries remain awake. You move forward unburdened and informed. That is not bitterness, that is maturity. Stoic strength is rarely loud. It does not seek domination. It does not chase victory over others. It builds quiet authority within. You master emotion. You move without announcing. You stop borrowing your worth from approval. You choose distance where closeness caused harm. You remain silent when defense would drain you. You stay rooted in purpose, and you forgive without forgetting. You do not become strong by overpowering others. You become strong when others no longer control your reactions. This is not avoidance. This is inner order. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, which of these strengths are you building right now? If this path speaks to you, comment, "I choose peace." And if you are choosing calm over reaction, like this video, subscribe, and continue walking the Stoic path with us, one disciplined choice at a time.